In this episode of Sailing Britican, we'll take you for a ride on a 42-foot, 1,400 horsepower, $1,000,000 Boston whaler. Simon takes a look at a Mason 44-foot for one of our readers. Tim Ishii, one of our Patreon patrons, donates a Phantom 3 Professional to us, and Simon tests it out. Our dinghy falls into the water. Simon and I move our boat to a boatyard to hopefully see a positive conclusion to our copper coat, bottom coat issues. We start planning our trip to the Bahamas with neighboring boats and offer more about what it's like to be full-time liveaboards. A perk of living in a marina is that we get to see and sometimes take a ride in a wide variety of boats. Sailing is great, but going faster than 7 knots an hour is awesome too. Our friend Captain Matt manages several boats in the Charleston area. This is one such boat, a 42-foot, 1,400 horsepower, $1,000,000 Boston whaler.
So you guys are in this awesome boat and you're watching the iPad. Yes. She's in one of those like free-falling showers.
So
awesome.
Fairly normal fuse panel, right?
Oh my gosh, look at that.
There's 2 or 3 fuse panels throughout the boat and most of the controls in here. But all of this doesn't mean anything because all of it is integrated into our Whaler Watch system. The entire boat can be operated
from the Whaler Watch
from
system.
the Whaler Watch, which I don't have turned on right now. The other thing that's great and why this is a great professional captain but usable owner boat is because we can maintain the boat professionally and make sure it stays of the quality it is. He can operate the boat as crazy as he wants, and I have full control from my cell phone on what happens with the boat. I can prep the boat for him, I can turn all the lights on for him, I can fire the engines, I can flush the engines, I can do just about anything I want.
From your iPhone.
Let us take you for a ride in the boat to the popular Shem Creek, the area where shrimp boats moor, seafood is fresh, happy hours are lively, and the sunset is beautiful. When Simon and I were initially interested in Britican, she was moored in Palma, Majorca, Spain. We lived in the UK and didn't want to fly out if the boat wasn't in good condition. Prior to booking flights and committing to spending money, we asked a friend near the boat to check her out for us. Our friend looked at Britican and gave us the thumbs up. Now, our reader, Andy Vella, had recently flown to San Francisco to look at a boat that he was ultimately disappointed in. When we heard he had an interest in a boat local to us, we offered to check it out for him. Simon used our boat buying, viewing boats to buy guide so that he could systematically follow a checklist on what to look for and to look at when buying a boat. While Simon was checking things out, I took several videos for Andy, providing him with videos of the outside, deck, inside. I received so many reports of people looking at boats only to find that they're not in the shape they expected. So a key tip when looking to buy a boat is if you can find a friend to check it out beforehand, it might save you some time and money. Since April 2nd, 2016, Tim Ishii has been one of our Patreon patrons. Patreon is an online platform that allows sponsors or patrons to contribute financially to help support content creators like Simon and I. The money we get from Patreon goes to help pay for our hosting, internet costs, camera equipment, and so forth, so that we can provide our videos and articles for free. We have a wide variety of patrons that sponsor us for different reasons, but let me tell you a little bit about Tim. Tim recently paid us a visit to donate a drone to us. While I'm talking about Tim, I'll show you some clips about getting the drone and later doing a test flight. Tim lives in Nashville, Tennessee. He was rendered quadriplegic while serving as an officer in the 101st Airborne Division several years ago. He went on to become a practicing attorney. A couple years ago, while wandering around YouTube looking for warm weather videos, he discovered sailing videos. Tim has always been a beach guy, and for years he was a scuba diver before he got hurt. Tim enjoys a variety of sailing videos as it helps him to vicariously explore a variety of adventures that he would otherwise wouldn't be able to experience. And now that Tim has upgraded his drone, he's donated this Phantom 3 professional drone to us. We accepted the drone gratefully, but the pressure is now on to make sure we get some awesome footage for Tim. Tim is an inspiration to my family and I. He is a successful attorney, he has an amazing social life, is an incredible friend, and doesn't let anything get in his way. Tim, we thank you for being a part of our lives. Just got a call that our dinghy was in the water, so we have no idea what has happened. I don't know. Whoa, what happened?
That's the gear.
So the actual gearing system
has snapped.
has snapped.
I'm adrift and I'm running away. No, we're taking the dinghy off because when it fell off the davits, it did some damage and I need to get it repaired.
It's 10 after 7 and last night we moved our boat out of our slip, put it on a T-junction, so we're aiming right for the bridge. It won't be hard to get out. Then what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the boat up the Wando River. We're going to take it to City Boatyard. We helped Brad from Puffin go up there before, so we've done it before. So, but as always, you know, when you move the boat, we're waiting for the tide to be right and to make sure that we, you know, can get out of the marina okay and get into the other boatyard okay.
Britican, you there?
Yes, I'm here. We are approximately 30 minutes away from you. We're getting hauled out tomorrow morning. We're just trying to catch the high tide over.
So we have arrived at City Marina. Mooring up was, docking up was uneventful. And so she's gonna get hauled out over there. There's the little lift straight ahead. And that happens tomorrow. And in the meantime, we have a beautiful, crisp, cool morning.
Here we are in a lovely quiet area of City Boatyard. We're getting hauled out tomorrow to have a look at our copper coat bottom and make sure that it's okay and remedy it.
These guys are amazing. When we docked up, they're very professional. They had to keep bringing it back, and keep tying it onto the various cleats because the tide is really ripping through here. You okay?
I'm scared.
There's nothing to be scared about. Okay, so all the straps have been lifted up, so the boat will be coming up soon. This is where I always feel real ill.
Me too.
Oh. I tell you, you know, a boat really does become your baby. It becomes your child. And you just feel...
Attached to it.
Well, you feel attached to it. You feel like it's alive. And you worry about it.
Last year we had copper coat anti-foul put on our hull. It's supposed to last 8 to 10 years. Instead of pulling the boat out every year or every other year to repaint, copper coat allows boat owners to simply and easily wipe away any growth while the boat's in the water. For some reason, our application didn't work correctly or something went awry. We discovered barnacles on our hull. After talking to the boatyard Bennett Brothers in Wilmington, North Carolina, in copper coat, things were arranged to have our boat lifted out locally and have a look. The gentleman in the red is the head of Copper Coat USA, and the gentleman in the gray is a representative from Bennett Brothers Boatyard. The hull was immediately examined after being lifted out of the water, and then once Jim took a look at the copper coat and what was going on, the guys at the boatyard started to use 4,000 psi water spray to clean off the bottom.
Boats out the water and getting clean. It's not as bad as we previously thought, but there is areas that need attention, and Jim from Copper Coat USA has outlined it, and we're going to get it sorted, so that's great.
Aside from all that, here are some clips about general life when living on a boat.
Is dinner almost ready?
Depends how rare you want it.
It's a beautiful night. Oh my gosh, it's a big one. Ah! Ah! That is one big bug.
Yeah.
Has anyone seen that before?
I've never seen one before.
I don't know what it is.
It looks like a cricket to me.
These are the first people we ever met in Charleston, who actually live in Columbia. It's RJ and his lovely wife, Debbie. They invited us over to their daughter's 40th birthday party, where we had our first experience of low country boil. They make the boil by boiling water in a big tank and adding the ingredients at certain intervals. There's spices, potatoes, and onions, sweet corn, and shrimp. It's delicious.
Okay, there is an extreme amount of screaming going on over there. I heard it hit at least 4 times. So I'm not sure what the damage is, but the guy is screaming.
On the positive side of staying at the Charleston Harbor Marina, the boat show organizers invite us boaties down for an after-hours party with free food and live music. And here we are starting to make plans for our trip to the Bahamas. We can't wait.
It's got some history there, but the little settlements, not much more.
Leisure meters.
And who was Hemingway, or who was it Hemingway?
So momentous day.
Yes, I got my green card today.
How's it feel?
Green cardish. It's really funny, when Kim got her British citizenship, they goes, what are you going to do with it? She goes, I'm going to leave the country.
That's when we set off to go
So when we set off sailing. And ask her, what are you going to do with your green card? I says, I'm leaving in 6 weeks. So it's pretty much the same, really.
We took Sienna to a birds of prey center just outside of Charleston. It was an awesome learning experience for us all, and we highly recommend a visit if you're in the area.
Main food items: fish, quail, Dale chicken chicks, mice, and rats. We try to go as naturally close to their natural diet as possible. Although with Harris hawks, that's a bit of a problem. Their natural diet would be wild rabbits.
Keep on going without stopping. But Natalie, you used the wrong finger. How's it going? Great. No, she's actually fine. She meant to put that on her bare fingertip because the kite is so precise.
If you're interested in buying a boat and haven't yet requested my free 37-page guide, How to Buy a Boat Without Getting Screwed, click here to download it now. When buying a boat, it truly is buyer beware. More often than not, I receive emails from extremely disappointed and disgruntled boat owners. In many cases, the boat buyer got ripped off, and in other cases, the buyer simply bought the wrong boat for what they wanted to achieve. Get this free guide and you'll have access to 10 steps to getting the right boat for the right price.